Little known fact: there was also 8-foot wide Cadillacs or 7-foot wide Cadillacs, but they were too big. They didn't work out. The 6-foot wide Cadillac was the smaller. If you look back in time and space and history, all the bigger Cadillacs were recycled because they were just too big. You didn't need an 8-foot wide car or 7-foot wide car, so they settled for the 6-foot wide car, which is a pretty good size. That's like 3 and 3 basically. A little bit leg, a little bit of room on each side of each person, and blah blah. 3 and 3. So, and that's why it was. But there were 8-foot wide or 7-foot wide Cadillacs. They took up the whole road. This thing takes up the whole road. It's like, yeah. Anyway, there were some really big Cadillacs that were basically the size of trucks. Some people bought them, but basically, and they should have been kept in the museum really. But believe it or not, like I said, there were some 8-foot wide by 16-foot long Cadillacs they're lost to history basically. History that should be remembered by a guy who doesn't have anything other than basically some person who tells stories. Anyway, no, I don't know. He's a cool guy, though, I guess. Anyone who's a historian who collects all my useless old junk basically is a historian. I mean, is cool. So, I'm surprised he remembers all this stuff. Like I said, a lot of this stuff was lost to time and space and barely in the museums and all that other stuff. Lusifer Star, America. Lusifer Star is America. And Brian. Me. Hi. Yeah. All naked like. He's naked. Anyway, I mean, yeah. Yeah, I don't look good either. I'm fat and flappy. But anyway, though, but yeah. The Cadillac, open whatever and all that other stuff. I don't really like the green. Although, I did want. I mean, before in the old days, you couldn't really get a choice of colors for the interior. It was like one interior or the other interior. And I wanted a blue interior and stuff like that made out of leather. By the way, dyeing leather or naga hide is not exactly an easy thing to do. Like I said, I produced a lot of stuff that was like, they can do that. Because before it was like brown or whatever color and like just offering colors. A lot of this stuff was really hard. But a lot of people like once it came out, they loved it. Like that's why we sold so many of them, because like you could have a choice of like 5 different colors for your interior. Red, blue, a couple of other colors, the whole interior of the car would be that color. So, and that was something that I wanted done. Also softer things, not just the metal hood, not just like originally cars were basically just all printed metal, and it left a lot for desire. It wasn't very soft and cushy, and it got hot and it rattled and stuff like that. But with a little bit of leather covering, and then getting the leather covering and the naga hide covering good enough where it wouldn't be destroyed in the sun, it's all science. Lusifer Star. But yeah, me, Brian. So anyway, like I said, P-51s, P-38s, people were wondering, how does it all make sense? How does this person have all this much money and stuff and production capability? It's like, well, it's Germany. I've laid it all out in all my videos. I mean, it's like, well, it's like this. Anyway, Roosevelt and some other people, and JFK, some psycho people, and Jimmy Carter. That's why the superchargers were known as Jimmys, because it was Jimmy Carter, and basically it's just a guy in the military that's stealing a bunch of turbochargers. It's like, yeah, he's just a guy that stole a bunch of turbochargers and tried to make some engines, and they sucked. But they made them, and they forced them on people. Like, no one really liked the 2-stroke diesels. I mean, even though Rodney was like, oh, they're fine. It's like, no, they're not fine. They're smoggy. They suck. They smell. They leak. And some people were like, oh, as long as you take, it's basically pig money. Basically they're piece of crap engines, and it's because I didn't particularly care about them, and I wasn't even putting all that much effort into them. I like the 4-stroke better. A nice, good, clean burn and all that other stuff. There's not enough. I mean, the whole idea basically that the air is going to go out, but like I say, the air doesn't go out. I mean, I don't know. It doesn't work right. And Rodney and some other people were like, we'll make it work right. Oh, it's like, no, they never got it to work right. 2-stroke engines suck. I don't know. Rodney thought it was like the best thing since sliced bread, and like the new thing, and like it was even better than the 4-stroke. And it's like, no, it's really not. Anyway, they poured lots of money and lots of effort into trying to make the 2-stroke the next big thing, and it's like, they're loud, they suck, they smell, they don't burn right. Like anybody who messed around with a two-stroke engine, basically, you know, you mess around with a two-stroke engine, eventually you give up and go to four-stroke. Just like I said. That's why I was putting all that effort and money into four strokes. But Rodney and a lot of people are like, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. It's like, it's not fine. They suck. Two strokes always sucked. I know I invented the engine. I know I designed it, but it sucked. We just did them, you know, basically maybe for aircraft. I mean, they did provide like a third more power, and they only really provide a third more power. They don't even provide that much more. Four strokes can easily outdo a two-stroke. You know, I mean, a lot. They're going around trying to say that two strokes were always going to be better. That two strokes were the only way to go. And it's like, no, four strokes are better. You get a much cleaner burn. It's a lot better. You know, it's a little harder engine to build, but I mean, it's worth it. And they last just as long. So anyway. But yeah, but I mean, I did invent the two-stroke engine. I did put a fair amount of effort into it, but it was just kind of like a back burner kind of thing. You know, like I didn't expect to get all that much out of the two-stroke engine. And I even kind of designed the what's called. I thought that it probably did need a what's called. And I even said, and people even said that I said that it probably needs a expansion chamber or something like that. I was like, yeah, but I think it needs something. Anyway, I mean, when I was designing it, I was like, yeah, but. Anyway, so like when they looked at the old Germany things, they were like, hey, yeah, they even had the expansion chamber. They knew about that too. And I was like, well, yeah, I told them. I was like, yeah, I mean, I think it needs it needs something. I forget what it was. There's to stop the air from coming back in the exhaust ports or something like that. Because, well, I mean, you know, I designed it. You know, I designed the whole thing. So. Anyway, and when I was designing it, I came across the expansion chamber. Maybe I didn't have the expansion chamber. I don't really know. But anyway, I designed the engine. I designed the four-stroke engine too. I designed it all. So anyway, yeah, and that's why Germany was building them. So anyway, shrug. I also designed steam engines too. So anyway, yeah. So and then my life formed to just building it and stuff. And it's like, well, yeah, I invented all this stuff. I'm Lusifer Star. I'm just on vacation. So. Anyway, yeah, and Rodney and a bunch of other people are trying to go. It's like, stop. Yeah, they were trying to kill me before I could tell the world, and they were going out there telling everyone blah 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 blah, trying to pretend to be me, trying to be Larry Smalls or Larry or Laramie or Lamb Son. It's like, my name's Lusifer Star. And you're not the real me. Anyway, they're just doing identity theft. My name is LS, Lusifer Star. So, anyway, yeah. I'm Epic Creator. I'm the one who designed all your nations and countries and invented for you. So, the pen, the Bic, all that stuff. So, anyway, yeah, I mean, they were just trying to kill me because I was like the Epic Creator and Epic God. Like, I'm your God. I'm your star. I'm Star. I'm the one who genetically invented you. So, anyway, yeah. So a bunch of people in the White House figured this out, or a bunch of people in D.C. finally figured out my name, or they saw my clothes and saw my cufflinks. Like, my cufflinks had LS on them. And so you can look back in the history books and probably see cufflinks that had L and S on them. And maybe even some cufflinks that said BB. So, because I changed my name to Brian Bradley. So, anyway, I never got the stuff, though. So, anyway, oh well. A bunch of people said, you used to party, man. You used to do this. Like, just a bunch of people that stole my stuff and basically were just normal humans that were just very bad. So anyway, we used to track it better and stuff like that. But it's like, well, you know. Anyway, I'm Brian Bradley. So I make all these videos so people can... But my name's actually Lusifer Star. So, but I'm actually Lusifer Star. It's my work name. So anyway. Yeah. The Lusifer Star. Of epic oldness and all that. Anyway, yeah, Rodney and a bunch of other people were trying to say, we'll just say that he's possessed us, and then we'll be able to do whatever we want. It's like Rodney and Rosella was like, I'll be her map. Rose was like, I'll be his map. It's like, oh. Yeah, just a bunch of idiots. Basically. Trying to take over the world. It's like, I already own the world? What are you doing? Anyway, so yeah, anyway, though. And then Mike. You're going to end up like JFK. It's like, Mike. Anyway. Like I said, JFK got gotten. He got tortured to death for 120 or 1,000 years. So, anyway, I talked to him for a brief little bit, and I left him in the capable hands of someone else. So anyway, like I said, there's 12 of the 9 of the oldest races out there, and basically a whole lot of life forms that are very much intelligent, that very much knew me. So anyway,